Hello everyone, Kaoz here, and welcome to another old school RuneScape video. Guys, as League 3 comes to a close on my channel, it is now time to go back to our regular schedule. And what a better way to do so than showing you guys a couple of amazing changes that Jagex has done to the mobile client, some of which actually rival RuneLite, although maybe not as powerful as the third-party client we all love. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications on and to join our Discord to be notified when these videos are up, and also to interact with our wonderful and amazing community. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let's get on with the changes. I am going to quickly cover these changes in the order in which Jagex has them on their blog post, and we are going to start with buff bars. Long gone are the days in which you have to check your skills manually in order to see if your buffs are still there. Now what you have to do is to check out the buff bar area in the bottom right corner of the screen, at least that's where it is for me, and not only can you see what level you are at, both positive or negative, but you can also see what time you have until the next depletion. This is incredibly important if you're doing things such as layer or maybe scaling and you really need those extra levels in order to, skip a couple of levels to do whatever activity it is that's important for you, like construction, rune crafting, crafting itself, and much more. In my very personal opinion, the best and most exciting update that came from these changes is the Exp Tracker. Traditionally, what you had to do to track your experience per hour would be grabbing your current experience, train a certain skill for an hour, and then finally you have to subtract it, and then you would get your experience per hour, which wasn't exactly efficient, but it gave you the right information. However, even more accurate information is going to be had now that we are able to have the Exp Tracker, which originally starts at the right of the screen, and whenever you click it, it is going to give you a very accurate estimate, or not an estimate, a very accurate information of how much experience you have gained, not only an hour, but an estimate of how much experience you are gaining in 1 hour. You will see that even if you train the skill for 5 or 10 minutes, it is going to give you the estimate of how much experience per hour you would get in that set amount of time, and the most important thing is that you can actually reset them, or close them, or you can close every single tracking that you have so far, except for that one skill that you want. This one is incredibly important. However, the one slight complaint that I have about this one is that it's going to cover your inventory and basically the side panels that you have on the right. Now, I don't know how inconvenient it would be to move all of that side of the screen, to the left whenever you have the Exp Tracker active, but this is really no complaint. This is an amazing addition that mobile players should be extremely excited about. The next one isn't really huge per se, but it is going to be very helpful in case you want to run a very long distance. Now we have a Minimap Zoom. I have big fingers, and even though my phone is relatively big as well, I still have some trouble zooming in and out on the minimap. However, if you zoom out all the way, you're going to be able to run an extended period of time without having to tap every couple of seconds. You can run a very, very long distance, probably one screen away, and this is going to be amazing for whenever you are doing things like questing, or maybe even doing some skilling that requires a lot of running, like rune crafting, herbivore, and much more. Another amazing addition, especially for people with terrible eyesight such as me, is the addition of fishing spot locations. As you can see in any water area that you have, you can see those little fishing spots, and before this update, it was incredibly difficult to see in my very personal opinion. But now they are going to be highlighted not only on a bright square, at least for me, the default color was bright blue, but it is also going to have the default fish that you are going to get, or if the spot has multiple fish, it is going to show you one of them, and you can potentially go ahead and fish without having to either squint your eyes or maybe, force your vision, just like I did back in the day when I was grinding to max. Another addition is HUD improvements. Now, for those of you who don't know, HUD stands for Heads Up Display, which is basically all of the interface that you can see on the screen. However, this one is more specific for HP, stats, special attack regeneration, and much more. In the past, you wouldn't really know when your HP was going to be regenerated or even your special attack, but now whenever these are turned on, you're going to get to see when your next HP regeneration is going to happen, as well as your special attack, which is one of the most important ones. Next, we have agility and the Slayer helpers. Now, first of all, very quick disclaimer, or heads up, I guess, you have to turn these on manually. I don't know why they were turned off, for me at least, but whenever you turn them on, go ahead and search on the settings page, just type agility, Slayer, player, turn them on, and then you will be good to go. Whenever they are turned on and you go to an agility course, you can see that all of the obstacles are going to be highlighted, and this is going to be an amazing help, especially for brand new players. At least when I was playing, I had a really difficult time even on my computer figuring out where I had to click, but obviously once you do a couple of laps, you have it, pretty under control. The one for Slayer, all you're going to have to do is that whenever you are training the skill, you're going to see what task you have, how many monsters you have to kill, where you have to kill them in case you get things like Honor, for example, and also your streak. Simply put, this is just a way to bypass the Slayer gem, which is also going to tell you how many monsters you have left, and I guess Jagex made the Slayer gem kind of irrelevant with this mobile update. Another addition is the Chambers of Xeric Helper. Now, for me, this one is pretty useless because number one, I don't do a lot of raids, and number two, I don't really know how many people do raids on mobile. If beating Ulm in my computer seems like, kind of a struggle, I really do not know how people actually manage to do it, either in a group or solo. But whenever you turn this on, it is going to give you the layout of the raid, and you're going to be able to quickly see what your layout is, and you can decide if you want to do that raid or if you just want to leave. When it comes to skilling, specifically woodcutting and mining, whenever you deplete these resources, you're going to get to see a little timer on either the tree stump or the rock itself, telling you when that resource is going to come back. Now, it is important to note that this only works if you do it yourself, or I guess if you see other players doing it, because the game is going to know when that resource is going to respawn. If you go to another world and you want to mine some rune ore, and the rock itself isn't there, then I guess the game is not going to be able to know when that is going to come back, because for you, that's not going to have that information, and you're basically going to have to hop until you know, or until you see a rock that you have to mine yourself, and that is going to give you all the information you need for whenever you can do those resources once again. Another change was the increased draw distance, which basically means that you're going to be able to see more of the map whenever you are zoomed out. Now, for this one, I will be very honest, I do not play mobile quite a lot. I've only been playing it in the league whenever I have to AFK something and chill with my wife, watch a movie, maybe play some other games. And I guess this one is also pretty important because with the addition of the Minimap Zoom in and out, then obviously the draw distance has to increase, which is going to make it slightly easier to see where you are going. Another important change was the addition of tile markers. These are going to give you your current location and your destination, that whenever you click, that is exactly where you are going to go. If you are a brand new player and if you haven't played the game for quite a long time, this is not really going to make a lot of sense, and it's really not that important until you get to high-level PvM situations where you need to know specifically where you have to stand in order to avoid attacks or attack, whatever the case is. But this is very important for you to kind of understand about where you need to go, so basically your tile destination, and obviously where you are standing, because as some of you know, wherever your character is, most importantly or more often than not, is not going to be exactly where it is standing. So whenever you see the tiles under you, that is exactly where your character is going to be and the path that it is going to follow in order to get to that destination tile. Last and definitely not least, we have entity highlights for NPCs. Whenever you tap or maybe double tap and choose an option that one of the NPCs is going to give you, either characters, monsters, whatever, it is going to give you more information as to what you are going to do with that NPC. It could be talking to them, trading with them, or even attacking them if you are in PvMing situations. This one is very useful, I guess, but it's not going to be exactly game changer. However, a very nice welcome from Jagex. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and who knows, maybe some of these changes are going to make you want to try the mobile clients. Obviously not switching entirely, but just in case you want to do some AFK activities in some downtime. I want to give a massive thank you to every single person who has become a channel member over the past few weeks and months, both for live streaming and for video making, as we move back to our regular schedule here on this channel. If you would like to monetarily support this project, you can click the join button below to see what type of cool rewards you can get by doing so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys would like to see more content, go ahead and check some of these videos that you're seeing in the end cards to continue your old school RuneScape grind. I'll see you guys on Friday when we talk about the future of third-party clients, because Jagex is upping their game on their own software. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you then. Peace.